What's going on, guys? Andrew Hayes here, back with another review, and today I'm reviewing The Commuter, which is directed by Wham, Colette, Sarah, and stars Liam Neeson as Michael, and is about Michael, who takes a daily commute to work, and one day on his commute home from work, he is contacted by a mystery woman, and he must now identify the identity of a mystery passenger, and everybody on the train's life is at stake, including his own, and also his family's lives are at stake. Now, this is one that I missed. It came out in January. I did say in my Insidious The Last Key review that I was going to be reviewing a bunch of movies that I missed in theaters that came out earlier in the year that I just didn't get a chance to see, and they're now on demand, and I can rent them now, whatnot. And this is the next one. So this is I don't have any really order that I'm gonna watch them in. It's just kind of ones that I feel like watching. And this was the next one I felt like watching, and like I said, this is the latest Liam Neeson action movie. He been doing a lot of these since Taken, and nothing I don't think is ever gonna quite top Taken. But still, there are some good ones that he's done, like The Grey and Run All Night, which is directed by the same director as this one. But then there are some fine ones, like okay ones, Nonstop, who was also directed by the same one. And the funny thing about it is this is Nonstop. It took place, the majority of it took place in a plane. It wasn't the greatest movie. It was a fine movie. I had a lot of fun with it, but that's all it was a fun time. And this, to me, felt like Nonstop, but instead of in a plane, on a train. And I just didn't have as much fun with it, and I felt like it was just like Nonstop, pretty much exactly, but just not as good. And I'll tell you why. There are some positives that I have with the movie. First off, Liam Neeson does a great job in this. I mean, it's kind of expected in these roles. I think, just since Taken, and like I said, all those movies, while the movies might not be the best, Liam Neeson still does a good job and gives a good performance and tries his hardest. And you could always root for Liam Neeson's character, and this is no different. You could really root for his character, you really get behind, you really want him to win at the end, and he does give a good performance. But with that being said, his characters and his performances are legitimately the same in each one of these movies, which he does a good job, and it's good for him, and it works. But it's just like, how many times can we see before we get tired of it? So this just didn't work as well as it has in previous movies, and it's the same thing. And so I'm like, all right, I wasn't as invested into the character as I have been in previous movies because it is the same thing. Also, it does offer some fun moments. There's one particular fight scene involving a guitar that I really, really enjoyed. And the cinematography in particular was really good with that. And just everything was pretty good with that. I mean, that was an awesome fight scene. And, sometimes, it does, give me some thrills and whatnot. But, like I said, sometimes. Not all the time. Onto my negatives, because those are really the only positives I have. Onto my negatives, the only character you really care about is Liam Neeson's character. And I felt like that was more Liam Neeson's job, because of Liam Neeson, because he made it work rather than, the writing of the character. And you really don't care. I mean, Patrick Wilson is in this, and I like Patrick Wilson a lot, and he does a fine job too, but, anybody could have played him. Anybody could have played him. Jonathan Banks is also in this, and I also really like Jonathan Banks. Also, anybody could play him. Sam Neill is in this. I really like Sam Neill, but also anybody could have played Sam Neill. So it's like there were nothing special to these performances, these characters. There were nothing really special about those characters. Also, I didn't like the mystery woman. I thought she was pretty dumb. I like she was pretty much the main antagonist in this movie, and I just could never really believe her as an antagonist. It just wasn't believable to me, and just didn't work for me, and wasn't executed well. Also, there's some bad CGI in this movie. Like, it gets pretty bad sometimes, and I go, ooh, that just didn't look right. Looked very much out of place. Many times the CGI got pretty bad. Also, the movie gets really predictable. I was able to predict what happened fairly early on in the movie, and that is not a good thing. There was a big twist that happens, and I was able to predict it. Um, and again, like, this is a lot like Nonstop, and in Nonstop they try to get you guessing, oh, who's the person that put the bomb on the plane, and this one, who is the mystery passenger, and they try to do that, and it didn't quite work for Nonstop, and it doesn't quite work here, but it works even less in here, and that's just a big problem. And at least with Nonstop, I had a lot of fun with this one. This one I really didn't have that much fun. It's fine, very mediocre. Probably gonna forget about it soon. My grade for this is a C minus. It's fine for what it is. It's just a typical action movie with Liam Neeson. Nothing new that we've seen before. We've seen this many times. This is legitimately Nonstop, but on a train. And I'm probably gonna forget about it. It's not the worst thing in the world, but it's fine. I've seen far worse this year. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please be on the lookout for my next review. It's probably gonna be Uncle Drew. I'm really looking forward to seeing that. I'm really looking forward to reviewing it. As you can tell with my hat, I'm a big basketball fan. But anyway, thank you guys for watching. Please comment, like, subscribe, do all that kind of fun stuff. Until next time, guys, have a nice day.